I'm going to run this just as you would run this with your class, because we have 29 people in here right now. You're maybe going to start with 29 people. Feel free to chat and put in questions as we go. Know that everything I share today, there's Google Slides for. So you don't have to take any notes. It's all written down for you, and I'll share those at the end of the presentation. But I want you to be in it like a kid. So put your kid mindset on, and let's go. So the rules to improv. If you hands up, have you ever done improv? Anybody know what improv is? Awesome. So improv is improvisation. You're making it up on the spot. There are 4 rules I like to tell kids. The first rule is yes. You have to say yes. So if we're doing something and you go, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I go, oh, I'm brushing my teeth, and someone else goes, no, you're not, it kills the game, right? So we have to accept what other people are doing. We have to be yes. And why are you brushing with a hippopotamus? Then I have to accept that. Oh my gosh, this hippopotamus, I can't believe it's the size of a toothbrush. You see the point. The second one is there's no put downs, because we're creating a community where we want to feel safe to explore. So we don't go, that's stupid. Like, why would you do that? So we have to be very clear that we are only here to give compliments and support people. The third rule I'm going to say is the hardest rule, and it's the hardest rule for adults. It's the hardest rule for kids. It is the no thinking rule. And when you say this to students, they're like, oh, like I ask you to think all the time. Think back to a time in history. Think about what you know about algebra. I don't want you to do that today. I want you, and this is now a problem for me aside as an adult, there's no filter, right? So I think something, it pops out of my head, out of my mouth. So you want to encourage students to think their thought and get it out of their mouth as soon as possible. Because if you sit and think, you start hearing that critical voice. Don't say that, that's stupid. No one wants to hear that, no one will laugh. People are gonna make fun of me. But if you just go with what's the first thing on your mind, something will come out. Maybe it'll be funny, maybe it won't. And especially if it makes no sense, it gets the biggest laugh. The fourth rule, the most important rule, have fun, yeah? All right, so before you can get into like playing the improv games, you have to create a safe environment and make sure everybody feels good. And we kind of do a warm up. So the first game we're gonna play is called Alien, Tiger, and Cow. So alien, beep, 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 beep. Tiger, roar. Cow, moo. Okay? So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and we're all gonna do either an alien or a tiger or a cow. And we're gonna try and keep going till we all have done the same thing at the same time. All right, we're gonna play muted first time. Hey, Lindsay Doolin. All right, here we go. So you're either an alien, beep, 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 a tiger, roar, or a cow, moo. However you want to do moo, utters. However you want to show that may be appropriate, like that. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, beep, 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 beep. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, roar. Oh, we're getting closer. 1, 2, 3, beep, 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 beep. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. Roar! All right, now let's try it again. Everybody turn their sound on. Let's unmute and see how that goes. Now, I can only see one page of you, so I'm going for the first page, all right? All right, Kim, I'm gonna ask to unmute you. Let's see how it goes. I have never done it like this before, so here we go. There's gonna be a little delay, but have it ready in your head. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3. Beep, beep. 1, 2, 3. Go, go. All right, so basically we've all decided we can be idiots around each other. That, especially for middle school and high school people and 5th graders, let's be honest. Even 4th graders. Oh my God. And they see their teacher as a goofball. So that security has already been created. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mute you guys again, because we're gonna play without and then we'll play with. So Kevin's gonna go ahead and mute you. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna move.
Oops, unmute.
Unmute me. Okay, so you're moving in your square, right? So start moving in your seat. We don't want kids out of their seat yet, right? And the idea is we wanna freeze together. And then someone else can start moving, right? So once you see someone frozen, first person you see frozen, see if you can freeze. Nice, very nice. Okay, let's try it with the sound on. Okay, so you're gonna make a sound. Again, gotta get out of being serious. Here's the thing with sound. I don't wanna hear any words, okay? So no words, just weird sounds, all right? Here we go. Laura Pierce, unmute yourself. I love your haircut. All right, here we go. Ready? Make a sound. We can go. I'm gonna try it again. Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. So, there's games to play. We can play this one unmuted. It's fine. Again, this one really practices the yes and, okay? So I'm going to say, let's brush our teeth. And you guys say, yes, let's. And then we all brush our teeth, okay? So then after we brush our teeth, I would say, who wants to go next? Just kind of raise your hand. You can use the chat or the hand raising thing in the chat thing, but today don't, because I don't want to play with that. I'm just going to see a hand and I'll toggle between the screens, okay? So let's pick our nose.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
All right, who's got a new one? Who's got a new one? Put your hand up if you've got a new one. Awesome, Kate, go. You have to unmute yourself.
Let's stick out our tongue. Let's stick out our tongue.
Wiggle our tongue?
Yes.
All right, who's got one for me? I'm on page 2.
Let's cross our eyes.
Let's cross our eyes. Yes, let's.
Yes, let's.
Anyone have another one they want to do? Just call it out.
Let's go for a swim.
Shoulders. Let's touch our shoulders. I heard that one first. Let's touch our shoulders.
Oh, yes, let's.
Yes, let's touch our shoulders. Sorry. I'm bad at my own rules. Vivian, did you have one? No?
Let's stretch. Let's touch the ceiling.
Good. Let's touch
Yes,
the
let's.
ceiling. Woohoo! Yes, let's.
Yes, let's.
Yes, let's.
Yes, let's. All right, you guys get the idea. So from all of those, you can see you're just kind of warming up the environment and making it a safe place to play. Included also are a ton of tongue twisters. And tongue twisters, we're not going to go through them now because I don't want to share my screen, but they're on the Google slide for you to play with. Okay? Any questions so far? Yeah, Kate.
Hey, where Google slide thing? Did you put it in?
No, you're going to get those in the last 10 minutes. So if you leave, you don't. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll give you.
Come on, Rebecca.
Rebecca, what do you do with the tongue twisters? Just give us a quickie.
So I would put it up. I would share my screen. Here, let me do it now. Share screen. Share. Okay, let's move this up. So let's go to the tongue twisters. Here we go. Make it bigger. And I would say, we're just going to practice together. They usually end up in laughing terribly. Let's try unique New York. On the count of 3, we're going to say it 3 times together. 1, 2, 3, go. Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York.
Yeah.
Good. Now we're going to say 3 free throws 5 times as fast as we can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's the second one. 3 free throws.
3 throws.
3 free throws. 3 free throws. 3 throws.
You're just looking like an idiot. And that is the point of it, and warming up your mouth. You can also do poems that way. Practicing kind of enunciation. For you theater people, you know the importance of enunciation, and that's kind of a fun thing to do together. All right, so those are our warm-ups to get everybody in, understanding the rules, letting them know it's a safe space. The other thing I like to do is to learn people's names. Okay, so what I would do is I see a lot of thinking going on already with you adults. Adults are the worst. Kids are so much better. But I'm gonna say my name and I'm gonna do a movement. And then I'm gonna call to the next person on my slide to say they're gonna say my name and my movement, and they do their name and their movement, then they do my name and my movement, okay? And if they forget, we all do my movement together. So to demonstrate, Rebecca, everybody do it?
Rebecca.
Very nice. Lauren, friend, can you give me your name and your movement?
Lauren.
So we all do. Lauren. Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Good. Kurt, what's your name and movement?
Kurt.
Nice. Everybody. Kurt. And then we have Lauren.
Lauren.
Rebecca. Oh, I
Rebecca.
used to be much better at this when I was a kid or when I was in my 20s. Cynthia, you got one ready? Or make it up. Okay, we can't hear you. Can you do it again?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Cynthia.
All right, everyone.
Cynthia.
Kurt.
Lauren.
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Good. Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Nice. Everyone.
Um,
And then we have
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Lauren. Rebecca.
Rebecca.
I'm going to do a quick pause. So we just did 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're with littles, I would say you do 4 a day. Okay? And then you practice, and then you review the next day and then add in 4 more, and so you slowly build, right? You can also see when kids are tuning out. Same thing for 5th graders. I mean, if you have a class of 45, I will say 12 is the magic number. 12 a day is really good. If you want to, when I would go into classrooms, I would do 22 of them or 24. And it's hard. The kids get exhausted. So I don't know how that would play on a Zoom when we're just trying to hold their attention. But once you've done everyone and everyone's got their name and movement down, and maybe you practice it for a couple days, then you can kind of play tag. So I can go Rebecca, Lauren, and if I'm really good, I do it without speaking. So then Lauren would do hers and someone else's, and any order, right? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's one way to play. So that takes a couple days to learn all of those, name and movement. The other one is once everybody's learned their names or everybody sees their names, right? You have a greeting of the day. So it could be, they're going to see their names on Zoom, right? I can see your names, you can see my name. But one of the things is you can do an emotion of the day, you can do a being of the day. So I could say, everyone, you're going to greet everyone as if you're really scared. So I'd say, hello, Laura Pierce. And Laura Pierce would have to respond, hello, Rebecca, and then say hello to someone else really afraid. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Let's do annoyed. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Rebecca.
And then you say hi to someone else.
Hi, Vivian.
Hi, Kurt.
Oh, Vivian. Kevin.
Hello, Darcy.
Okay, so remember to say, you have to respond to the person, so we have that communication between hello to you. They have to respond back. Hello. It's kind of like that handshake we can't do anymore, right? So it's that eye contact of like, Kevin, Kurt, moving on. Okay, let's try a different one. Let's try as if We're about to sneeze. Hello, Alice!
Juan!
So,
Don't forget to say hello to Alice first. Make sure she feels seen. And then he said hello to Sue.
hello, Sue.
There it is.
Hi, Juan! Oh, and now I have to do it to someone else. Hello, Darcy!
Susan. And Heather.
All right, Heather, you'll be the last one.
Okay.
I guess we'll just end there. Okay, so you have the idea, right? So you can do all the emotions, especially for the little kids. You can do really excited, really scared. You can do like a really old person or an alien. Good morning, Heather. And then you can have your students like in the chat or as part of their homework, like what reading haven't we done yet that you would like to do? So get the kids involved and have them take some, what do you call that? Responsibility for it. All right. The next game we're going to play, now those were just learning your kids' names and kind of a greeting in the morning. The next thing is you guys all have pieces of paper in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So my homework would be to the kids. So I have a paper towel, but it could be a piece of toilet paper. And I want you to tear it into 1 to as many pieces as you want. Okay? Go ahead and do that now. Whatever little piece of scrap paper you have, you can grab a paper towel, go grab a piece of toilet paper. I don't care. Rip it into as many pieces as you want. And then when you're done, you would give me a thumbs up on your thing, in the chat thing. And just to keep everybody accountable, yay, I see a thumbs up, yay. To keep everyone accountable, because you would not get through all of these in one day, I would then ask everyone to record in the chat how many pieces of paper are they bringing to the table, okay? So, bringing 15, type in 15. If you're bringing 25, bring 25. And as the teacher, you're gonna wanna write these down, but not today, you know. Today, we're just pretending. All right. Like most people are ripping. Excellent. All right, here we go. For as many pieces as you have to share that many pieces of information about yourself. Ha! 20 person. Awesome. Darcy. So, you know, maybe if you number your kids, like the first 5 will share. So, my favorite food is peanut butter. I have 2 kids. Woohoo! I had 2. How about Julia? You have 4. Do you mind sharing 4 pieces of information about you?
I got most of the way through my workout before I joined our call. I love to play soccer. I have 1 son, and I'm moving from 5th grade to 2nd grade this year. Whoa.
Definitely, definitely. Let's see, who else? How about Kim Peterson? You have 8.
Whoa.
All right, 8. I teach 3rd grade at BCE. I love soccer as well. I have 1 daughter, 1 husband. I love math. I have been working at the school for 6 years, been teaching since 2000, and I love being outside.
Awesome. Heather Young, you've got 5. That seems like a reasonable.
I've got 5. Okay, let's see. I have 2 kids. I only have 5.
I'm finally dressed and ready to go for my day. Let's see. I don't know if I like soccer, but I love basketball. I like art and do a lot of painting. I do love teaching, even if it's distance learning, and I love math. Those are some things
What's
about
all this math love? All right, Nancy Kruger, you have 2, like me. You were. Where are you?
Let's see, I'm here. I have
Thank
2. I love dogs. I have a dog. And I'm actually kind of excited about distance learning in a really weird way.
Awesome. All right, let's do one more because it's so interesting to learn about people this way, I think. All right, Kelly Keenan, you have 8. You're our last one. Go for it.
Super excited to be doing improv. Not excited about distance learning. This class is helping with that. 2 kids and love being outside in my garden. 2nd grade teacher. And let's see here. Love music and dance. And great to see your face, Rebecca.
Awesome. Extra points for complimenting the teacher. All right, moving on. The next thing you could do is give kids a homework assignment to bring something to the morning meeting the next day. So things easy, like a pencil, like a roll of paper towels, like a napkin, whatever it is. But you choose one, like your parents' phone, whatever it is. And then you're going to play a game called props. So I'm going to start with the pen because we all should have a pen or pencil, right? And the idea is this can be anything but a pen or pencil. So I'm a really old person. This is my cane. Anybody else have a different use for this prop today? Laura, is that a unibrow? Nice. Just say, hey, I have one, or pop up and go for it, Caitlin. Caitlin, what do you got?
nose picker.
Oh, no. Heather has a nose picker. Nice. I love it. Rocket ship. So we would definitely have to figure out a way to call on students, right? Because I think I'm used to kids just calling out or raising their hand. So we really have to train them and ourselves to raise our hand and wait to be called on, right? But I love, remember, there's no wrong answers. So if a kid comes up and even says, this is a pencil, it's a pen. Okay, pen. If they say it's a pen, you'd be like, right, it is a pen. Remember, we have to think of something to make it different. Let me know if you have one. So we never want to be like, you're wrong, you did it wrong. There's no way to do it wrong unless you say, no, you're wrong. Then you're doing it wrong, right? Vivian, what do you have?
No, I was just thinking, like, what if they say something kind of obscene or gross?
All right, so you have to set those rules, right? You have to be able to say it in school in front of your teacher, in front of your grandmother, all of those things. It needs to be appropriate. And that's getting harder and harder these days, right? So there's less, we want to go over like, it would be great to make it a boob, but we're not allowed to say that. Or you just quickly go, you know what, that's inappropriate. We can't play that way. Think of something else. And then, next time, if kids keep breaking the rules, I'm really sorry that you're just going to have to watch this time. Mute. And see what they can do. But you'd be surprised what kids can get. Like, this is our could be like a little box, It's a hat. It's an earring. It's an elbow pad. It's a tiny little box for me to do my jump ups on because I'm a CrossFitter. Whatever it is, get your kids to be creative and just pull whatever you have around. But really good question about what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. But when you're picking up supplies, like I almost grabbed a knife out of my drawer and I was like, yeah, not so smart. Don't grab a knife. Think about what you're bringing, right? But think everyday household items that they could bring, all right? So we have 2 more games, and the next one I would say is the hardest one. and the one that you really have to create a safe environment. So it's called Alien Translator, and it can also be poetry, interpretation, poetry reading, but it's using gibberish. So gibberish is anything that is not regular words, right? Or a real language. You can't use Spanish, you can't use, kids have a hard time at the beginning. So blah, 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 da, 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 ba, ba, da, da, ba. So blah, blah, blah is a word. Can't be a word, right? So to get warmed up, we would all just practice on the count of 3. See if you can say, how's your day in gibberish? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. And why don't we say, school's around the corner. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So from there, we pick someone to be the translator. So can I have a volunteer to do the gibberish? Who feels comfortable? I'm going to page 2 because they get left out a lot. Anybody raise a hand to just, anybody feel comfortable? All right, no one on page 2. Going back to page 1. Yay, Marissa Gomez! Woohoo! So here's what's going to happen. Marissa is from another country, and she's another planet. She's here to answer questions for you. All right, so this is one way to play. Does anyone have a question for our, I'm sorry, Alien, her name is Zigzusa. Zigzusa, would you like to introduce yourself? And you just do something in gibberish. Jagusa says she is very excited to be here with a bunch of old people. All right, does anybody have a question for our alien? Please raise your hand. What would you like to know about this other planet, their life, anything? Susan.
What's the name of your planet?
I have to translate because she doesn't understand. Hold on. It is called Way Far Away Planet. So you see, I have to, the harder one is the translator, right? I have to try to not think, and I have to try to just spit it out. And this is where you'll see kids go, I don't know. Who has another question for our alien?
What's your
Yay! Julia, what's your question? Oh, sorry, Carla, I'm going for a hand.
How did you get here?
She got into a little scooter that turned around and around and then lowered her down, 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 and then it just shot her across and then she came down, down, down. All right, whatever. So that's Alien Translator. Let's give Marissa a round of applause. Excellent. The other way to play this is it's a poetry reading, okay? So this time, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Who would like to do gibberish? Where's my theater person? Yay, there. All right, so Cynthia, you'll do the gibberish?
Okay.
And who would like to be the translator?
Not me.
Oh, you can see the kids. Not me, it's too scary. All right, I'll do it one more time. Oh, wait, I saw a hand. Yay, Alice! Let's give Alice a round of applause just for a volunteer. All right, so now we need a topic for the poem. Who's got a topic for the poem?
Summer.
Summer. All right, so the topic is summer. So Alice, you're going to introduce our poet from another country, and then line by line, you're going to translate her poem on summer. All right, take it away, Alice.
This is a poem on summer by Chayata.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
Oh, the summer, it is so warm and fresh and bright. Oh, and the flowers, they are bright and cheerful to walk in. Oh, and sometimes the rain comes down and you get hit by a drop.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So in theater, there's the rule of 3. 3 is a magic number. So 3 lines in the poem, 3 questions, 3, 3, 3. Everyone has the capacity to hang on for 3. One of the things that could be funny, let's say Cynthia went on and on. It's hot can be the translation, right? So you can also just shut it down that way and play that way. All right. So the last one is an old school game that I love, and it's the guess who's leading game. So usually you have one person who's it. So I will have Carla. Do you mind being it?
What was the name of the game again?
Guess who's leading?
Leading?
Yes, guess who's leading.
Okay.
So you have 3 guesses to figure out who is starting the movement. I'm going to privately message the person who is the leader of the movement. Okay, so hold on. Let me privately message the person.
So should I be able to see everybody in my, because I'm only seeing 4 people.
Yes, so if you can try and get to, you'll have to toggle, go to gallery view, and you'll have to toggle between 2 screens because we have more than 25 people. I think it's 25 on the screen. Or you don't know how to do that. All right, who can toggle between the screens? Who knows how to do that? Can do it. All right, Kate, Kate, you're going to figure out who's leading, okay? So the person knows who it is. I'm going to start as the teacher, though. Everybody mute yourselves because, well, actually don't mute yourself because that might help them figure out who's leading by listening, right? But so that no one knows who's starting, I will start, and then we'll wait for that person to change the motion and follow the leader. You get 3 guesses, Kate. Okay, ready? Everybody follow me. Oh, that's not helpful. I needed to let well, I guess you're all following me. Okay. Take a guess.
Lindsay. I'm confused with the concept.
The concept is for them to be watching everyone and seeing who's changing the motion first.
Okay.
So,
Lindsay Doolin.
It was Lindsay Doolin.
Yeah.
Did you guys figure it out? The hard part about this game, usually I send a kid out of the room. Everyone else knows who the leader is, right?
You could just have the person turn away.
You could
write it on a piece of paper.
Away. Great idea. Let's
Or
try
you
it.
can put him in, or you can put him in a breakout room. What couldn't you just or put him in the waiting room? And that's
a great idea. Get rid of them, then bring them back in.
That's what I've done.
How to do that? But for technology challenge people like I am, let's see who hasn't. All right, Demetra, is that how you say your name?
Yes.
Okay, can you turn your back?
Or
You're gonna
close your eyes.
try and guess. All right, and I'm gonna write the person's name on here. That's it. Let's see if it works.
Oh.
You're gonna see it backwards though, right?
Nope, it's perfect.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't matter.
We see it.
All right. Again, I will start the movement. Clapping. Demetra, you may turn around. Now you have to try and guess who's leading. We all know who's leading.
Well, you just said you're starting the movement. So are you?
I started it off, but then the person who's it takes over.
Oh.
So I'm no longer it. I'm just following the person.
Okay.
Oh, I like how this person is switching the moves a lot.
Is it Kurt?
Kurt, nope. You get 2 more guesses.
I know who it is.
You know who it is? But
Yeah.
wait, who is it?
Hang on.
But I'm not the guesser.
Oh, no, you can't say if you're not the guesser. No, only the guesser.
Julia. No.
Vivian.
No.
No, who was it?
Nancy.
Yeah. Excellent. Let's try it again. So, Layla Rawl, is that correct? Did I say your name correct?
Lila.
Correct? I'm sorry?
Lila.
Lila, will you be it? I mean, will you turn around and not look? Okay, you're gonna have to guess who it is. Here we go.
Who was it last time?
It was Hannah.
Hannah. Oh, darn.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to make sure you let them know. Thumbs up when you've read who it is. I'm waiting for the person to give me a thumbs up that they've seen it. All right. There, just making sure. All right, so again, I start, everyone joins. My person comes back in. I forgot. And now you get 3 guesses.
This is hard.
Yeah. It's okay to be wrong. Take a guess and be wrong. You have to encourage kids to make mistakes, right? Growth mindset. Take a guess.
Is it Marie?
Marie? It's not Marie.
Okay. Is it Kate?
Nope, you get one more guess.
Oh, I'm trying here.
It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. All right, you have to take your final guess.
Laura? Is it Laura?
No, it was Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie.
Oh.
Great job. So a couple
Department chair. You're department chair.
I know.
A couple of things that can happen is kids won't change the movement enough. And you'll have to say, hey, whoever the leader is, change the movement again. And just like that, kids will be scared to be wrong. And one of the things as a math person, as a former teacher, my big thing is Joe Bowler's growth mindset, where it's creating a safe space for kids to take risks and make mistakes. And is that really a mistake? You're playing a game and guessing. But if they can feel comfortable not winning the game, maybe they can feel comfortable in class answering a question and being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm going to share my Google Slides because I see it's 10:10. And and what the first thing I will do, actually, before I do that, is I'm going to, how do I get rid of that? I am going to paste the link, right? Oh no, I don't want it bigger, sorry. I did something to my screen that I can't figure it out. Ah, there we go. Share, loading, get link, yes, copy link. I don't know why I have to talk myself through, but I do. I'm one of those who has to talk myself through it, and I'm going to share it with everyone in meeting. So here's the link to the Google Slides. Hopefully that worked. Wait, Kate Royer privately, sorry, I hit the wrong person. Everyone. There, let's try it again. All right.
Got it. Got
Did,
it.
got it? Awesome.
Got
I'm going
it.
to share my screen just so we can all look at them together.
Okay.
I'm going to go here. So now we can go through these and see if you have any questions about them. So here are the rules. Whoopsie, I forget how to make it, we view it.
Present. Maybe.
Present. Oh my gosh,
Right.
I haven't been on this kind of technology in so long.
Upper right.
Upper right.
Oh,
Near the
that's
share
right.
button.
Present, where it says present. Oh, you guys are so good. All right, so improv rules, the yes and, you can see how important that one is, right? Compliments only in creating a safe environment. Students need to know that no one will call them names or make fun of them. No thinking, so you can model how hard that is. And encourage the students just to go with the first thing that goes to to their brain, and really talk to them about the longer you wait, the more that little tape starts in our head of, I'm not good enough, no one likes me. Depending on the grade level and how close you are with your kids, that's how you talk to them, like, no one will laugh. Or even, high schoolers, no one will laugh. No one will think it's funny. People will make fun of me. No, but the longer you wait, the harder it is. Trust me on that. And having fun. So our warm-ups we did, alien, tiger, and cow. Zeep, zeep, beep, beep, change it to whatever you want. You can also do rabbit. I mean, you can change the 3 things all the time. Playing until you can get close to everyone doing it. You can play with or without the sound, up to you. The group stop, that was the one where we all move together and then somebody freezes. We don't know who it is, right? You just have to pay attention to each other, start looking at each other. We're here so much of our time. The idea of this is to get them in the screen and with you engaged. Yes, let's. So this is also where we want to talk about what is appropriate, what's not appropriate. And maybe you do that with the rules, maybe we add that in as one of the rules, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. And maybe the kids brainstorm that, or you ask, would it be appropriate to make something into a gun? No, we don't make guns in school. It's like the same rules as when we're in person, are the same rules when we're distance learning. And then here are the tongue twisters. Those are fun, just as a warm up. And then the what's your names, we did the name and the movement with the tag version. We have our hellos, the different kinds of hellos. I love the someone you love, a smelly person. So I gave you a couple of ideas. A secret, hello. And then the games for just playing, the pass the toilet paper or whatever you want to make that. The props, using it, remembering to call on students one at a time. The alien translator, which can also be done as a poetry reading, and the guess who's leading. So those are all the games we played. Any questions? We have like 5-6 minutes. So I will look for hands. Yes, Julia, what's your question?
Well, it's not a question, it's a resource I wanted to share with everybody. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So in the exploring that I was doing yesterday, I found, and maybe people already know about it, but it was new for me, flippity.net.
Can you put that in the chat for everybody?
Yeah, I will. Among many things that it does, it provides a random name generator and random grouping for your students. So it'll give you groups of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, or it'll give you 2 groups or 3 groups of 4 or 5. It'll do like random networking, or it'll do like a gift giving where, and you could use that for who calls on who, and that's only one of its functions, but I don't entirely understand how it works, but it looks like a really cool resource for translating much of what we do in the classroom to, and Alice says it's great. Awesome. I haven't used it yet, but
you can generate groups automatically. You just input all the names of your kids and you can say 3 groups or 5 groups, or give me a list of all my kids randomized. So it's a great way to sort of whip through, make sure you're randomizing things.
And it looks like it'll also create bingo games and just lots of interesting tools to use.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions, any comments? Kelly.
Rebecca, were these just games just solely from your past, or do you have a resource that you send people to online for such games?
The sad thing is I had a whole book of them, and during quarantine, I was like, I won't need these. I don't teach this anymore, and I tossed it. So these were the ones that I remembered, but I tell you, you just Google improv games for kids, improv games for the classrooms, a million of them pop up.
Okay.
Last year, I had fun doing 2 truths and a lie with my kids. And then also 20 questions was fun.
Yeah. That's a very good one. Yes. And improv.
How do you play 20 questions?
I'm sorry?
How do you play 20 questions?
Basically, you think of a person, place, or thing, and then the one person has that, and then other people in the group get 20 questions, but they have to be yes or no questions. Like, is it a mammal? Or first, is it an animal? And you kind of whittle it down to try to figure out what it is.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
One fun thing I had with my students was would you rather debates.
Ooh, those are good.
And I would say you can either debate verbally right now, just like, so like for the first 5 minutes of class while I was taking attendance on Zoom, I'd be like, here's the topic of debate. Would you rather have hair that's never ending growing spaghetti or sweat made of maple syrup? And then they would debate that either aloud on Zoom or in the chat. And so there you had debates going on in both places. It was pretty fun.
I love that.
Love these ideas. Thank you for sharing, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys are great resources.
Then I also looked up just good conversation starters, right? So
right.
And would just rather than to mix it up from would you rathers, but these improv games I think would also be fun to do while I was taking attendance. So
definitely.
I used to play a game in the classroom called Wink Murder, which is similar to find the person who changes and I love that I can use that kind of game on Zoom. Thank you, Rebecca.
Sure.
To the person who said that you had students chat, did you have trouble with students kind of getting it out of hand and doing, just talking about?
I had ninth graders and seniors. And it was, I don't know, it was okay. I was just like, make sure you're appropriate, please. You know how to do that. You're big kids.
Okay.
So, yeah, so they were fine. Yeah. And I had kids chat all the time. Like even when I was lecturing in history, I'd have them chat. I'm like, it's okay. Chat is okay to use if I'm lecturing during history, because that makes it more fun, right? If they're making up nicknames for the history, for the people in history, right? As long as they're appropriate. So I'm like, as long as you're appropriate, as long as you're not insulting people or using, ethnic slurs, this is fun. And then they'd also ask questions in the chat. And so then so it took some training to kind of bounce back and forth between my lecture and the chat, but it actually made everything much more dynamic and fun. Yeah.
We did scavenger hunts last year with kids. That was really fun. And you can tie it to phonemic awareness, like find something in your house that starts with the SH sound, go. And then everybody runs and finds something and then brings it back and shows it on the screen. Or find something that you're really proud of that you've done, and so it could be tied academically or just social emotional learning.
That's
Kelly, how old were your students?
Second grade. Yeah.
My high schoolers would be super into that.
Yeah, it was the most fun activity we did. Yeah.
Or find something that is not a cup that could be used to, hold, I don't know, that you
yeah.
That's more of the improv prop game, right? Like, here's my cup. Well, you guys, it's 10:20, so I think there's another session starting soon. I think there's a 10-minute break. I'm going to use the restroom. If you have stuff you want to talk about, feel free to chat with each other. Continue to use each other as resources. I would love to know, on my slides, I have my email. I have not played these games via Zoom. Today was my first day. So I would love, because I did them in the classroom with kids. I would love to know how it goes. So if you have time, or a thought to send me, this is working well, this isn't working well, I would really appreciate it. So thank you all for playing. You did a great job.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Yes,
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Rebecca.
And
Thanks.
okay, be safe.